The Maple Leafs have just made a move that could completely change the direction of the team before the trade deadline. Ryan Reaves, one of the most well-known players for his physical game and intimidating style, has been placed on waivers. But this decision goes far beyond a simple roster move. It could be a clear sign that Toronto is reshaping its identity for the playoffs. Is the team giving up brute force? Or are they simply adapting to an increasingly technical and fast-paced NHL? And most importantly, what will be Reaves' next destination? Stick with me, and I'll tell you everything. Reaves is under contract through next season, earning $1.35 million per year, and if he is assigned to the Toronto Marlies, the team saves $1.15 million against the salary cap. Financially, this move makes sense, but the main discussion point isn't about money. It's about a shift in mindset. At 38 years old, Reaves has played 35 games this season without scoring a goal, recording just 2 assists and accumulating 28 penalty minutes. Additionally, he has spent a good part of the season out of the lineup, watching games from the press box. This raises a key question. Does the enforcer role still have a place on a team aiming to be competitive in the playoffs? When the Leafs signed Reaves, the plan was clear: to replace Wayne Simmonds as the team's policeman, someone capable of commanding respect and protecting the skilled players. However, under coach Craig Berube, the team has started taking a different approach. Instead of relying on a single enforcer, Toronto has spread that role among multiple players. This has been evident in recent games, with Alex Steeves and Connor Dewar showing that the team can function just fine without Reaves. The reality is that fights have been decreasing in the NHL, especially in the playoffs, where every penalty can be costly. But hold on, because this doesn't mean Reaves is out of options. Some teams looking for physical reinforcements for the playoffs might be interested in the veteran. The Vegas Golden Knights, for example, are a team that had Reaves in the past and might see value in his experience for a potential postseason run. Another possibility could be a return to the New York Rangers, where he once played a key role in shaping the team's physical identity. If none of these opportunities materialize, he could end up accepting a stint in the AHL, as some veterans have done before. And Reaves wasn't the only player on the move. The NHL trade market is heating up, with other teams also making last-minute adjustments. The Boston Bruins placed Tyler Pitlick on waivers, while Carolina's Riley Stillman was also made available. Additionally, Jesse Puljujarvi, a former first-round pick by the Edmonton Oilers, was let go after the Florida Panthers decided not to keep him. On the acquisition front, Nashville secured Jakub Vrana, while the Columbus Blue Jackets added Christian Fischer to strengthen their push for a playoff spot. What does this move by the Leafs really mean? Is Toronto abandoning intimidation, or is this decision making the team even stronger and more competitive? Will Reaves find a new team before the deadline? Leave your thoughts in the comments. The NHL trade deadline is approaching, and new deals are happening by the hour. Teams across the league are bolstering their rosters for the playoffs, and the Toronto Maple Leafs can't afford to fall behind. The team has been on an excellent run since the Four Nations face-off, but do they have what it takes for a deep postseason run? GM Brad Treliving and his management team need to act quickly to ensure the Leafs have the right pieces on defense, and the clock is ticking. Yesterday, we analyzed 3 winger center options the Leafs could target. Today, let's focus on the blue line and discuss 2 names that have recently been traded: Vincent Desharnais and Luke Schenn. But what if the teams that acquired them are open to moving them again? Should the Maple Leafs make a push? Plus, there are other options on the market that could make sense for Toronto. Let's break it all down. Vincent Desharnais, San Jose Sharks asterisk. While Desharnais isn't one of the league's most high-profile defensemen, he might be exactly what Toronto needs to strengthen its blue line. After a strong start to his career with the Edmonton Oilers, where he helped the team reach the Stanley Cup final, he struggled to establish himself. His stint with the Vancouver Canucks was disappointing, leading to a trade to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, he's with the San Jose Sharks. What makes Desharnais an interesting piece for Toronto is his physical style of play. In the playoffs, when the game tightens up and space on the ice shrinks, players like him become even more valuable. Additionally, he is a right-shot, big-bodied defenseman, something the Leafs desperately need to balance their defense. Historically, defensemen with this profile have fit well alongside Morgan Rielly, making Desharnais a viable option. Another advantage is the cost. The Sharks acquired Desharnais for a 5th-round pick, meaning that if they're open to flipping him again, his market price shouldn't be too high. A 4th-round pick might be enough to get a deal done. But would San Jose be willing to part with him so soon? That's the big question. Luke Schenn, Pittsburgh Penguins asterisk now, if the Leafs want a safer, already proven option, Luke Schenn could be the ideal target. And if there's one player Leafs fans would love to see back, it's him. Schenn has had 2 previous stints in Toronto, and in 2023, he formed one of the team's most reliable defensive pairs alongside Morgan Rielly. His experience and physical presence made him a crucial piece of the Leafs defense during the playoffs. However, there's a major obstacle. Schenn is currently with the Pittsburgh Penguins and negotiating with GM Kyle Dubas. Toronto's former GM won't be easy. If the Penguins decide to trade him, Dubas will likely demand a significant return. The most probable name involved would be Topi Niemela, one of the Leafs' top defensive prospects. Recently, rumors surfaced that Niemela was unhappy with his development and considering a move to Sweden. While this was denied, the lack of opportunities at the NHL level could play a role in his decision. And with the Penguins entering a rebuilding phase, Niemela would be a valuable asset for them. The question is, would the Leafs be willing to pay that price for Schenn? If none of these trades happen, there are other options available, though at higher cost. Defensemen like David Savard of the Montreal Canadiens and Connor Murphy of the Chicago Blackhawks would be excellent additions to Toronto's blue line. The problem? The cost. Aside from their team's high asking prices, these players have contracts that would impact the Leafs salary cap. Another name that could emerge is Andrew Peeke from the Columbus Blue Jackets. While he doesn't have the same reputation as Savard or Murphy, he is a solid, physical defenseman with an affordable contract. His name has surfaced in trade rumors recently, and Toronto might be keeping a close eye on the situation. Additionally, there's always the possibility of surprise move. The NHL trade market is unpredictable, and last-minute deals often involve unexpected players. Toronto could explore some under-the-radar options, especially if they manage to clear contracts and create salary cap space. What should the Leafs do? With the trade deadline fast approaching, Toronto has little time to make a decision. Should they go for a cheaper defenseman like Desharnais, make a bold move for Schenn, or pursue a more established option, even if it comes at a higher price? One thing is certain. If the Leafs want to succeed in the playoffs, they need to strengthen their defense. The trade market is heating up, and the competition for quality defensemen is fierce. Now, it all depends on what Brad Treliving is willing to sacrifice to make this team more competitive for the postseason. What do you think the Leafs should do? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay up to date on the latest NHL trade market moves, click on the video on your screen now so you don't miss any updates.